of being the president of the board of directors of BART this year. And we're going to have 30 minutes of love, happiness, nostalgia, and appreciation. And so I'd like to start that off with the person who really deserves the most credit for us being here today. We are blessed at BART to have an amazing Chief Communications Officer who is so creative. And I know that she has been dreaming about this afternoon for weeks, and I don't even know what she's going to dream about now. But I want to tell you, we all owe a debt of thanks, and a round of applause here for Alicia Trost. You know, she does the anime, she does everything that's amazing and creative. Okay, so if she comes back, it means that I'm off script and she's going to give me the hug. So it's with great pleasure and a little bit of nostalgia that we gather here today to commemorate a significant milestone in the history of our transit system. Today marks the retirement of BART's legacy railcar fleet, an occasion that signifies the end of an era and the beginning of a new chapter in our transit journey. For 52 years, these iconic railcars have faithfully served and become an integral part of the daily lives of countless individuals. Through rain or shine, day or night, these rail cars have witnessed the ever-evolving landscape of our Bay Area region. Today we are honored to have with us esteemed guests to help us celebrate. I'd like to extend a warm welcome to my Vice President on the board, Mark Foley. Mark, are you here?
I am here.
All right, Mark. BART directors Deborah Allen, Rebecca Saltzman, Liz Ames are all here. Let me acknowledge that a great friend, someone who served for 24 years representing Southern Alameda County on the BART board, Tom Blaylock is here. We also have Federal Transit Administration Region 9 Administrator Ray Tellis. Ray's been a huge partner helping us as we rely on federal support for much of our program. And we have more than 12 other elected officials. And so I'd like to ask for those elected officials here, including BART directors, if you could raise your hand and let folks know that you work day in and day out to make the Bay Area a great region. Wow, you're a really sweet crowd. Usually there's some boos out here. This is a good crowd. Okay. Your presence here today is a testament to the significance of this occasion and the impact that BART has had on the lives of millions. I'd like to extend my appreciation and gratitude to all of those who've contributed to the success of BART over the years. Whether you're a passenger, an employee, a supporter of public transit, your dedication and support have been instrumental in shaping our journey thus far. If I could see a show of hands, how many BART employees are here? If we can see, get some hands up in the air, okay? These are our folks. And are there retired employees there that come back to check us out and see how we're doing? I rode on BART here this morning and I met somebody who flew in last night from New York just to be here. So let me say, how many are you are transit enthusiasts? Wow. And let me say, how many of you have come from out of town? I actually see the New Yorker over here. And so how many of you came out of town to be with us? Thank you. Spend lots of money here, okay? We like that. So after today, you're not going to see a legacy car in service. And with a few exceptions, most of our 669 legacy cars are being shredded and recycled. The steel, aluminum, and copper are pulverized into tiny pieces and sent all over the world to build new things. Things like airplanes. Oh, okay. I was doing so good, okay? Now they gave me the rough start. Things like airplanes, home appliances, electronics, and rebar. For critical infrastructure and transportation projects, each car yields 22 tons of metal. We have a video of the decommissioning and recycling process on our YouTube page, and I just want all of you to watch it. Alicia did me no favors, okay? All right, but several cars are not being shredded. Yeah! They're being repurposed or saved for preservation. A few years ago, we held a call for proposals to give the cars a second life. Many of the people getting those cars are here today and will share the details of their projects. Perhaps most important is the Western Railway Museum. They will be the final resting place for 3 legacy cars for the public to visit for years to come, and you'll hear more about them today. And now it's my honor to be serious for a moment. As you know, much as we love BART, it's been a rough couple of years. You know, the thing when I came to BART to be on the board and we saw that 66 to 70% of our operations were funded through fare revenue, through people buying their tickets and riding. Many transit systems have dedicated funding which protects them. And it's been a hard couple of years, and I feel as though we have turned the corner. Things are changing. But I'd like to tell you that a public servant who's our general manager has been there from day in and day out throughout the COVID epidemic. He's been going to Washington, going to Sacramento, and he has done a fantastic job. We're so blessed to have General Manager Bob Powers.
So what a great crowd. How about a round of applause for this? Is just awesome. When I walk into here, I'm like, you know, I walk around and I see everybody in the BART paraphernalia, the sweaters, the t-shirts, the coats. It's just a testament to what BART means to the community and to the Bay Area that you all have shown up here. And it's an honor for me to be I just happen to be the BART General Manager right now. And I did want to say a few words here. If you've listened to me, if you've been in meetings with me, I have always referred to BART as a family. And you are all part of the BART extended family, and so is the Legacy Fleet, right? They've been with us for 52 years, and they're part of it. So let's have a round of applause for the Legacy Fleet. The Legacy Fleet was here when we opened. What year did we open?
1972.
I just have you guys come up here and have these talking points here. They were here. The cars that we're retired right here now today were here when we opened the system in 72. They were here when Loma Prieta earthquake hit in year 89. And it was BART who kept the Bay Area moving after that earthquake. And it was those cars that were retiring. Just awesome. They were here when we carried our highest ridership event, which was World Series 2012 with the Giants, almost 600,000 trips. The point being, the Legacy Fleet has been with BART throughout this journey. But I just wanted to pivot a little bit and just have a discussion or a few words about how is that even possible? They're 52 years old. And it's possible because of our frontline employees, whether they're retired or active duty with us right now, the frontline employees of labor, and I'm talking ATU, our ATU in the audience here, SEIU membership here, AFSCME, BPOA, and the BPMA. It's all of these labor partners who have maintained these cars and kept the system running, that these cars not only are 52 years old, but as you get older, your reliability, goes down a little bit, right? But not these cars. As they got older, more and more miles on them, it's our frontline employees and the way they maintain these cars that we were still industry best. Throughout the nation, the most reliable fleet in service were the Legacy cars. And that's because of labor and our partnership with labor. So thank you for that. So look, I wouldn't be up here. Let me just say a few things about a few of the quirks, right? Who could forget the biggest quirk? Anybody the biggest quirk of the legacy fleet? Go ahead. Yeah, the Fremont Flyer, right? Yeah, ma'am. Yes, the loud wheels. Yeah. We're still working on that. How about the retro sheet carpeting that we had in those vehicles? Yeah, woo! A bit of a bold statement to the 1970s disco era, but you know, it's a quirk that we've all at some level loved and then learned to hate, huh? How about the shape of the front of the car? Right? Like they're going into space. But look, you know, every family member's got a little bit of quirk, but every family member is a beloved family member of BART, and we are here to honor them as we have this last ride into the future with our legacy fleet. And together we are going to uphold what these legacy cars have started with BART for the next 50 years with the fleet of the future. And we hope to see everybody out here at the fleet of the future, which is years and years away. Okay, so enough from me. It is an honor. You know, BART is only successful, literally, we are only successful with our partnerships. It's the partnerships with the local elected officials, the partnerships with the Metropolitan Transportation Commission, and probably most important is our partnership with the federal government and the Federal Transit Administration. It's a great honor for me to introduce the current head of Region 9 FTA, but before I do, I did want to acknowledge Leslie Rogers. Leslie, where are you? Leslie Rogers. Leslie Rogers headed up the FTA Region 9 for many of the events that I mentioned here with the Legacy Fleet, and he's been a great partner. The current administrator with the FTA for Region 9 is a dear friend of mine. He's a dear friend of BART's, and he's a dear friend of California and public transit. Ray Tellis.
Well, hello. Chair Duffy asked how many transit enthusiasts in the crowd here. I want to ask how many BART enthusiasts are in the crowd here. Wonderful, wonderful. This is indeed a sense of family, nostalgia. As I arrived upstairs, there were people explaining to people on the train why it was crowded, and it was about the legacy cars that have served BART of the last 52 years. So this is a remarkable day, a sad day because we are retiring these cars, and so certainly the good news is we're bringing in, or at least BART is bringing in, the brand new fleet of cars. Certainly I've ridden them and they are just a remarkable kind of unique and unprecedented and unduplicated across this country. I know because I'm in transit, I know all about transit vehicles. BART has the best cars, let me tell you that. So on behalf of the US DOT Secretary, the Department of Transportation, Pete Buttigieg, and our own FTA Acting Administrator Veronica Vanderpool, I want to bring greetings, I want to bring congratulations, and I want to bring best wishes here this afternoon. And I'm privileged certainly to be asked and to be in the seat so that I come up here and say a few words on behalf of the federal government and the funding we bring for the BART program of projects and the BART vehicles, not only the legacy fleet, but the fleet to come. Certainly they have done their job, right? Haven't they, over the years, 52 years? They only cost $200,000 when they were bought, and over the lifespan of that 50 years, that is only $4,000 a year in terms of what it takes to maintain those cars. I dare challenge you that you will never be able to do that again with these kind of cars. So just again, I can't say just what a shining example, the investment by BART in those cars to support public transportation. Kudos to everyone that worked in procuring the cars, yes. operating the cars and maintaining the cars. So I am thankful as I represent the Bay Area for the support by all of the Bay Area entities towards BART in terms of how to provide investments to support a more robust public transportation system. We are the solution, we are the level playing field, we are the agencies that provide accessibility, mobility, certainly mobility for people with disabilities, low income, and that's why transit is what it is today. The big T, the big transit day, the big thing we are celebrating here today. Give yourselves a round of applause for riding public transportation. I also want to thank our former Regional Administrator Leslie Rogers, who brought the cars and worked on bringing in these legacy cars to BART over the period of time, over the number of cars. When the first car rolled out in 1972, I was a little boy. I was born in East Africa. I was a little boy in East Africa, not even a teenager. And look where I am today. I get to say a few words as you retire the legacy fleet. So thank you for your efforts, Leslie Rogers. And I want to introduce our Senior Director, Murat Umay, who will take the retiring cars and transition the FTA's effort to the new cars, the fleet of the future for BART. Thank you for your efforts to come, Murat. And with that, I want to thank you for you and your team, and followed by your Chief of Police. This is a remarkable day. Congratulations, Chair Docty. Thank you for having me.
Thank you, Ray Tellis, Federal Administrator. So now we have a fun section right ahead of us. BART's first day of service was Monday, September 11th, 1972. 15,000 people showed up to test out the new state-of-the-art trains. The day was truly electric, pun intended. We had 12 stations open, and the first ride was from Fremont to MacArthur. Today we are closing that loop. Are there people here who are on that first ride? All right. Well, also on that ride is the big fella who's behind me, Kevin Franklin and his family. Kevin is now our Chief of BART Police, and he's here to share the memory that he has from riding that very first day. Kevin.
Wow, what a crowd today. Thank you so much. And I just want to thank President Duffy and the General Manager Bob Powers for all their support. I'm here today not just as the Chief of Police of the BART Police Department, but as a BART rider. And my entire family are BART riders. In fact, I'm a lifelong BART rider, a first day BART rider. That puts me in very special company. I was not yet 3 years old when my parents and grandparents, and my parents who are here today with me, Mom, always remember to thank Mom. Thank you, Mom. Thank you, Dad. My parents and grandparents took me to BART's opening day, and we boarded what were then brand new cars. That's a picture of me standing on, there is a picture of me standing on the platform at the Fremont station, pointing at the shiny new train. That first trip on BART hooked me as a BART rider for life. That is part of the reason why I came back here to BART as a BART police officer. And I want to thank all of my team at the police department, the civilians, the sworn staff, the police officers, the crisis intervention specialists, the ambassadors, the fare inspectors for helping to keep BART safe and clean. Thank you. BART and the Legacy Fleet was something that made an Oakland kid like me feel like I could go anywhere. I'm sure you all know that feeling. BART connects places, 5 counties, dozens of cities. BART also connects people like the crowd here today. So whether you've been riding BART your entire life, or several months, or years, or if this will be your first ride, let's get ready to take the last ride on the rail cars that have been serving the Bay Area since I was a toddler. And as we do, I'd ask you to reflect for a moment on the fact that the cars are more than just aluminum and steel. They are part of the thread that connects all of us to the BART community. Now let me introduce you to some devoted volunteers who are committed to keeping history alive. Retired BART employee Jay Bolchek and Andy Payne of the Western Railway Museum. Thank you.
Thank you, Chief Franklin. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Andy Payne. I'm a BART commuter who rode 660 and 669 legacy cars. I'm joined by Mr. Jay Bolchik, retired BART train operator and manager of schedules, and Mr. Ryan Blake.
Good afternoon. We're volunteers at the Western Railway Museum, which will be the only museum to preserve the legacy BART cars. They will join our collection of trains from BART's predecessors, including the Key System and the Sacramento Northern. And interestingly, today, April 20th, is the 66th anniversary of the last day of operation of the Key System's Trans-Bay trains, and those trains are still operating regularly at the Western Railway Museum. We will also be the home of the final 3 BART cars to be preserved for public display, an A car, a B car, and a C car. With these cars, we will tell the story of a new generation of electric railway transportation. These cars, designed with a clean slate and a hunger for innovation, were once the world's most advanced transit vehicles. A 30-year leap in technology, true transit pioneers. Innovations included everything from automatic train control and propulsion systems, and even the human details, such as the streamlined fiberglass cab and wool carpeting. With so many of these innovations, systems across the world turned to BART to see what they could do to meet the challenges of the modern age. After 50 years of service, revenue service, we have reached the end of the line. Of these 669 cars, only a handful will find new lives. 3 of these cars and many other artifacts will enjoy a final retirement at the Western Railway Museum starting in June of 2024. I've driven these trains, I love these trains, and I'm going to really miss these trains. So thanks for being out here today.
One last thing. You can help us in our preservation effort. You can help by donating or even purchase a train operator console, the very consoles that he operated. Please talk to our volunteers for more details. And perhaps one day, many years away, we'll once again meet to preserve the fleet of the future. But before that, we look forward to seeing you at the Western Railway Museum soon, located at Rio Vista Junction. So soon enjoy the cars that forever changed the face of public transit. Thank you. And now, Michael Lynn will discuss how we will also bring a second life to the legacy fleet through a vacation rental house made of a BART A car.
Okay, hi everyone. My name is Michael, and way back around 2017, I was riding on BART, looking out the window. I was wondering, they're replacing these old trains. What are they going to do with them? So I've always wanted to build something fun, and so we kept an eye out. We kept our ear to the track, so to speak. And so for my project, as you may have seen on these renderings below, my wife and I were going to build a house with one of the old legacy BART train cars. And we're also gonna, I think the fun part is we're gonna open it up so that it can be a vacation rental so that everyone can experience it as well. So I think the house is gonna be really fun. It's gonna comfortably fit, 8 to 10 people because it's fun to travel with friends or with family or, feel like you're filling up the train car. We're gonna go for kind of a cabin type vibe, but we're gonna definitely mix in some space age modern, as an ode and inspired by the legacy fleet cars. We do want to preserve the history of the cars a little bit too. We're not gonna just renovate out the entire thing. We're gonna keep some of the seats, gonna clean them up. We're gonna keep the driver's cab. I'm hoping to rig the buttons so you can push it and it'll go poo-poo. Or it'll go, the doors are closing, please stand clear of the doors. We're just about done with the permitting process, so I'm not going to say exactly where it is yet, but I'm going to give you some hints. The house is going out in the Sierra foothills. We're about, so it's about 2 hours from here. It's about 45 minutes outside of Yosemite, and it's near some historic gold mining towns. It's near a lot of reservoirs and outdoor activities. There's a casino nearby, and there's even a train museum that's near where the house is going. And one of the awesome things is it's about 1.5 acres, and it actually backs up right to a train track where they run steam trains. So you can, in fact, wave hi to the steam train as it goes by, standing in your BART train. So that's the idea. We're calling the project the Sierra Train House because it is a train house in the Sierras. You can find us on Facebook and Instagram at Sierra Train House. So we'll have some updates there, and hopefully we'll soon be able to announce the location in the next month or so. Lastly, I wanted to also plug a BART-related event. It's going to be at UC Berkeley this Thursday. There's some tags down at the renderings here. It's at the Architecture Building, and they're going to be showing some old archival BART footage from 50 years ago, from when they were doing the construction and in the early runs and things like that. So hope you'll be able to go. It's at 7 p.m. on Thursday. And lastly, when I was talking to my architect about the project, at the Thursday event, the architect of the project will be there to say a few words about the house build also, if you're interested. But one of the things she was saying is, if you think about it, we're going to take a thing that was a place that was for rapid transit, and we're going to turn it into a place where you can slow down and really stay and relax and spend time there. So I think that'll be fun. I hope you guys will be able to visit, and fingers crossed we're going to be done building sometime early 2026. Okay, so that's it for me. Next is a project that I thought was super cool and fun and meaningful too. So I want to introduce to you Champ Stevenson. He's the founder and chief visionary officer of the original Scraper Bike Team.
I am nervous right now. There's a lot of people here. I was not expecting all of y'all. Yes, so first I want to thank BART for allowing us to bring home a legacy car. We will be bringing this to Deep East Oakland, a place that has been long abandoned. Streets are riddled with homelessness. Streets are riddled with crime. And so in the parks, there's no programs for kids. Schools, there are no programs for kids. Organizations, there's no funding for a lot of the organizations. We are a very small nonprofit organization that relies on grant funding and donations to operate and to do our things with the youth in our neighborhoods. With this BART car, we will be converting it into a community bike shop. In this bike shop, we will be teaching kids bike safety, bike mechanics, bike customization, and how to become leaders, how to become mentors, how to take what we teach the kids and teach others. Teach one is our motto. As a kid, I remember riding BART for the first time with my aunt. I don't remember where we were going, but I just remember riding on the BART train and the opposite BART would drive past. It will scare the living daylights out of the kids. That's just a fond memory. So Scraper Bike Team, we will be taking this BART car to Deep East Oakland. We'll be working with Oakland Parks and Recs, the City of Oakland, Oakland Department of Transportation, Public Works, and all different types of departments within the city to get this BART card place in BP Stokely so it's accessible for you. The BART card where it's going to be placed is literally a mile from a passing train car in between the Coliseum BART station and San Leandro BART station. This is going to be a historic moment for DP Stokely. We want to make sure that we can continue to develop and bring in resources to the youth that lives and stays in East Oakland. Thank you. One last thing, again, we are a very small nonprofit, so donations matter. If there's any grant opportunities, please let us know because we want to make sure that we are servicing our youth with the top tier programs in a top tier location in the Legacy BART card. Thank y'all.
We have one last speaker and then the raffle. And then I also want you to get your cooker cards ready. I'll tell you why. But once again, I'm Alicia Trost. I'm our Chief Communications Officer. And I spend a lot of time on our trains, but not nearly as much time as our next speaker. Jaime Espitia is the back-to-back winner of the BART Ride Contest. Each September is Transit Month, and in 2022, Jaime rode BART 422 times in September. In 2023, he rode officially 999 times, but 2 of the trips never got logged, so it was really over 1,000 trips on BART. Jaime, we love you, and what a fitting place to speak to all of our fans. Everyone, please welcome Jaime Espitia.
Hello everyone, you all know me, the guy that rode BART 1,000 times. I always get this question a lot. How did I do it? Well, I just had a lot of time on my hands. Just riding back and forth between Powell, Montgomery, and Embarcadero all day and night. You know, I just had nothing to do. But today is both a tragic and sad day, but also a beautiful day. Let me say goodbye to these 52-year-old relics. Relics that withstood the test of time and that everyone took to get to work, to get to home, or to just joyride. For me, like me, I just joyride it every day. For me, experiencing the old trains was just the vibe, basically just the old style of the seats. For me, it was just a fun thing to experience. Just growing up. Every Sunday, my grandpa who lives in Santa Rosa would always come to visit, and we always would ride the BART. He was like, come on, let's go ride the BART. I'm like, okay. So I just grew up riding the BART, and I just grew to love it over time. But for me, the thing that I love most about BART was the sound. I know I get that a lot. A lot of people don't like the sound because it was too loud. I don't know why you guys didn't like it. You know, that's just me. I liked it. It just felt so different. And then the design. Like, you know, I felt like I was on a spaceship. Just riding it through the tunnels going through. I felt like I was Tron. The Tron Legacy. It was a good time. And then for me, it just brings back a lot of memories. And I know it's gonna be hard for me to accept the change from the fate of the future. I'm still adjusting to it. I'm a little sad still. You know, nothing I can do about it. But you know, I'm just glad that there's a lot of people out here to experience the old legacies. And I just hope that everyone enjoys it as much as I did, you know. Like my friend Mark Anvis said, just enjoy the time you have left because you never know. When you least expect it, the end will come. And that's for me, that's the true part. And now, I know you guys are all waiting to ride the old legacy, so I'm gonna end it. I'm gonna end it soon. So now, I'm gonna say thank you to Alicia for everything. And thank you to all the BART workers and all the BART operators that took us home every day and all the trains. Okay. Thank you guys for everything and enjoy today.
So I know you're going to want to hear what I'm saying because we are about to raffle off 5 of the rail car numbers plates from the legacy cars. Each plate comes with a keepsake certificate with facts about the specific car it came from, including the car type, dates of service, top speed, and miles traveled. The plates have unique wear patterns and no two are alike.